Welcome to another series, everyone. The Donuts against Chili Mountain. It gets spicy. Oh yeah, this seems to be my favorite word lately. I have no idea when that snuck in, but spicy is currently in nearly every second sentence that I use. And honestly, I just committed the cardinal sin. I told you about it, because some of you might have already realized it, but the others were totally oblivious up to the point where I said it. So now I have to try to get rid of it, while you guys are getting annoyed every time that I say it too. So, coming in from the spicy draft and the spicy teams, two more spicy plays on this spicy Sunday. We got the Donuts against Chili Mountain, and we are in the losers bracket, of course. So Meta Madness is still going strong. It's the final day. We're going to crown a champion. All the teams that you will see today, actually not quite true. After this series, every single team that you see will go home with a little bit of prize money. So this is pretty much the match that will determine which one of these teams is dropping out of the tournament without receiving anything, and which one of these teams gets at least 400 euros. So we are on Infernal Shrines, our first map. The Meta Madness rules, they still apply. 30 heroes are pre-banned. They're not allowed to be chosen in the entire tournament, and every single hero you see played in map number 1 or map number 2 is not allowed to be played again in the same series. So it's gonna get good. We had some amazing games already. Nova, Cho'Gall, Gazlo, I mean, you name it, we had them all. Only the Butcher didn't get played. Tannis got played. Shit, Tannis got played twice. And he won a game. He won a game. Now, rumor has it that he just stumbled, fell forward, and knocked the opponent out by accident. But again, it counts. He won the game, so good on him. Now we have Mephisto banned against Macke, and Kerrigan and Maiev are also once more eliminated. We've seen that pattern already a few times. And it's the Beard Boys, the Birdie and Myrden. Okay, Falstad and Myrden both eliminated here. Again, these games are all best of 3s. We have a best of 5 coming up in the grand final. And as already explained a couple of times, but I want to go over this real quickly. We actually, like, again, for the next time, we might adjust the rules a bit. Ever since I started with the Meta Madness, way before HGC even came along, I always adjusted the rules from tournament to tournament a bit to make it more interesting and to just try and make it better. And currently we're running for the first time 8 teams with a double elimination system and 30 pre-banned heroes. And obviously there's a lot of games coming in, and I would like to cast as many as I can. But on day number 2, we had 2 matches in the losers bracket, which we couldn't cover. So there will be adjustments for the future. Maybe on day number 3, we can include a few more best of 5s. Maybe we decide to go for a few less pre-banned heroes or just something else. But I'm pretty happy with the current iteration of the tournament, and I think it works really well, especially having every single hero only played once. It's kind of nice and it shakes things up. But of course there's always a couple of pros and cons that you can talk about then afterwards. But for Meta Madness 6, if we have it at some point, we might change a couple of things depending on what we're getting as feedback from the players in particular after this one as well. So yeah, constantly trying to improve here. As it stands, we got Dehaka and we got ETC plus Sylvanas in our first game here. They're banning out Tyrande. That Myrden-Tyrande combo is starting to get some traction again. It really reminds me of Alpha and Beta, when those two were just roaming the map and trying to get kills everywhere. Now that we have this many heroes pre-banned and not available, obviously this is happening way more. Yeah, if you, by the way, are still confused about the amount, or sorry, about which heroes are getting pre-banned and you're watching this on YouTube, for example, I will try to remember to include all of the pre-bans in the video description, so you can check it out. And we got Salami Boy in the house, Kelthas, okay, Alexstrasza for the support on Infernal Shrines. She shines with the Dragon Queen. That's obviously only true when you ban 30 heroes beforehand, but yeah. Yeah, to be fair, in the times of HGC, Alexstrasza was oftentimes played with Tychus together by the North American teams. Europe was never really that much on the Alexstrasza train, picked her occasionally, but she wasn't really one of those go-to heroes. We got Coffin Girl in, and we got Karazim for Smexy. Here we go, his Tyrande got banned by them, and instead we see him on Karazim trying to contest Sylvanas and Orphea for the highest damage. I expect that we're gonna get the fists on level 16 again. With Bang, formerly known as Rutsu, coming in on the last pick for the blue team here in game number 1. So Infernal Shrines, let's get the show on the road. The last pick for the boys, they need a side laner, and it is Zul. Zul ready for the rotations. Let's get things started. The best of 3 in the losers bracket. The Donuts against Chili Mountain. Game on, everybody! Game number 1 in the best of 3, and let's get the party started. On the left side, we got the Donuts with our boy Khaldor, played by a Skog, Ty on Falstead, Lauber on Murden, we got Bang on Zul, and Malo on Alex Traza. On the right side of the map, we have Azerite, played by Ophia for Chili Mountain, Backhult on Dehaka for the side lane. Wooby for the red team, still in the main tank position, is playing ETC. Smexy on one of his favorites is playing Karazim. And we got Macke on Sylvanas. Okay, game number 1. Let's see what they got here. The stacks are coming in for Falstad on the level 1. ETC with a prog rock. And our little brawl in the middle with Khaldor going straight up for the Mana Addict, and their body blocking Smexy, and he spreads the love a little bit. Smexy's coming in with a present for Backhult and Azerite and spreads the Living Bomb. Alright. So, Ophia is already down at the bottom of the map. And of course, Chili Mountain, they want to hit at least the top 3 here. And we had some amazing games yesterday, especially the winner bracket final. I mean, so many of the series were just insane, honestly. But the winner bracket final in particular kind of stood out. And yeah, we're going to have a big, big battle for the championship here. The top 3 get some prize money. High-Tech is, of course, providing all of this. They're sponsoring the event once again. And in total, we have 2,000 euros that the teams are playing for here. Yeah, and the blue team is already going for their camp, so they are trying to be a bit aggressive with that Murden setup, followed by the Gravity Lapse from Skog. CC is kind of everything. And there's the invade, and damn, they're going for that. Yeah, and they might even steal this. They're trying to go for the kill on Khaldor. About to lock that in, and there it is. Look at that little kill stealer. Smexy. Yeah, in Dota and in League, that would have been a report for last hitting. But yeah, comes in as everybody else already did the job, and then they get the kill. But they get a second one too. Zul, no chance, as Wooby on the end of the fight came in with a power slide and just took him down. Nicely done. Really cool setup here from Wooby, and the roaming squad is a success already. Level 4 available, and now at the top side with Macke and Smexy starting to take some of the structures down. They're using the Sylvanas absolutely perfectly here. Great rotation. There was a bit of a gap in the timing, and they use it ruthlessly. Take a tower down, escort everything else in, and then just simply move back. Great start for the red team. Now, momentum is in their hands. They're currently dictating the pace of the game. The leading experience is there, even though it is, of course, still minor. Early game kills don't mean all that much. And that's, by the way, something I want to talk about a bit in general. Sometimes I see comments of people coming in and saying, like, oh my god, how can they come back into this game? They were 10 kills behind. How is this even possible? And a big difference is that, first of all, there is a bit of an underdog bonus. So if you're below in levels from your opponent, then you get more experience when you kill heroes. But also, if you kill late game heroes compared to killing heroes early game, you're rewarded with more XP. And I've been going over this a little bit in some of the games, but I want to highlight it once more, since this is starting to pop up as a bit of a reference lately. So if you're surprised that a team that gets 5 kills early on doesn't really maintain that leading experience, once the opponent is able to get 2 or 3 kills in the late game, that's where that comes from. That's also, of course, explained through death timers alone. If you kill someone early on, he's pretty much back on the map immediately, but if you kill someone at the 20-minute mark, they're down for the entire duration and will miss for ages, and that's, of course, a lot of map control that you get through that as well. Now with level 7 already in their hands, Chili Mountain has made all the necessary steps for objective number 1. They got the talent lead, even though it's only going to be there for a short duration. But they try to make the best out of it, and they got 27 stacks already. Wooby then again gets locked down, but they get the kill on Khaldor, and Wooby is still alive, is able to move back out. Lauber zoned away, can't get close to him. Everybody is getting low on the blue team. They're moving in for Bang, and they get the kill. 4 kills to 0. Chili Mountain with the mad aggression. Smexy trying to dive after Falstad. That endeavor failed, but they have the lead. They got an entire level on their opponent, and also the first objective, the Mortar Punisher, gets locked in. And the top lane has been prepared already. Top lane is looking great. They open the wall up, they have the towers, there's no baiting over the wall anymore. Chili Mountain is really capitalizing on the early game work that they've done to take down that wall. And now, as you can see, the fort doesn't stand a chance. Whoopi is zoning them. And, of course, with Sylvanas, there's just nothing that they can really do. Now, the Punisher will still move through the top, and Whoopi is trying to slow them down a bit, but the rest of the team is moving into the middle of the map in an attempt to open the next wall up. So they're attacking at two fronts now, basically. And, well, they might get punished. Yes, Maka is down. Smexy is zipping away. So at least a final kill for the Donuts. All the way up at the top. Of course, there's still a bit of action happening as the Punisher is doing some work, but not going to be able to take anything significant down. Oh, careful. If Kelthar spreads a few more bombs here, then these two might be in trouble. Look at the experience lead, by the way. Nearly level 10. They are so close now to the Storm Talons, to the heroic abilities. Not Storm Talons yet. We're not that far into the game. But here comes the invade attempt again. They don't get it here, but now with the 7-sided strike, they could set this up if they can just lock someone down. Weren't able to steal the camp away. Good job by the Donuts. It got iffy for a second. I mean, they're cutting it really close here. But they were able to survive, and that was pretty much the most important thing. But there is still a significant lead for Chili Mountain. So if they can control the game a bit further, if they are able to maybe lock in 2 of the camps, get a roaming kill, that would help them, of course, a lot towards the mid-game. For the blue team, it's more important to hit level 10 before they're engaging into anything else. That's why they are playing this a little bit slower. There it is. Level 10 abilities are ready. And with that, we get, so far, no surprises, really. Got the Phoenix in for Kelthas, Muradin with the Avatar. On Falstead, of course, Gust can be expected. And Norma, well, for Zul, it's normally Nova. But we've seen Skeletons, I think, at least once in the tournament here. Yeah, Dehaka with the Global is now all the way up at the top. We got a Global hero on both sides. So Dehaka against Falstead. So map control isn't easily dropping into the hands of Chili Mountain simply because they're running a Global hero. There will always be some possible counter plays through Falstead being drafted on the blue team side. But another camp gets taken. 4 kills to 1 still. The damage output, we got 8,000 for Sylvanas. She's taking the cake currently. And we have in the pole position on the entire game, Kelthas. Thanks to all the living bomb spreads earlier. But yeah, Kelthas obviously could do a whole lot now. Once that he gets his Mana Addict completed, we're also going to see him a lot safer. Yeah, 7-sided potentially. There's already the Mighty Gust. Alexstrasza is moving away. Dehaka looking for the drag. They try to go for Muradin and they find him. 7-sided strike hasn't been used on the other hand. So they didn't fully commit to the attack. We have seen pretty much no ult used from Chili Mountain with the exception of Sylvanas. Yeah, and they're still looking for the next kill. And of course they're pulling ahead in experience again. They are now sitting at nearly level 13 and that's a problem for the blue team. Since the next objective is popping up just in 20 more seconds. And with that you will have a talent advantage for Chili Mountain that they can use to get at least a lead on the objective. Might not be able to lock the entire thing in because the Donuts aren't too far removed from their next talent. But still, this one matters quite a bit. We got the mic check-in. We also have the 6th Sense now currently for Karazim. Invasive Miasma and the Windrunner. The quest for Kelthas, though, is completed, and that's actually big. That's actually huge. That mosh pit over here is the end of Muradin on the other hand, and that's a problem. There's the Dragon Falstad, and they're trying to get a second kill. But as you can already tell, Marlow had to pop the Dragon Queen as long as... Oh yeah, they get Whoopi. So it's a tank for a tank, but some of the cooldowns that got burned will hurt. Marlow using the Dragon Queen already is definitely a problem, but the blue team keep their hopes and dreams alive for objective number 2, as they're still playing it out in a 4 versus 4. And without ETC, it makes it a bit more dangerous for Chili Mountain to engage into the fight here. They still have Dehaka at the front and they're using him, but there comes... Oh, the Gust into the corner as Bakul engaged. Living bombs are still exploding. 18 to 14, blue team has taken the advantage. There's the drag and the kill. Alexstrasza down, and instead it's Orphea that falls next. They're heavily engaging into the damage dealers. Smexy with a 7-sided after initially he dropped the birdie, trying to get out with another dash, but he doesn't have the cooldown, and Karazim falls. Whoopi is back to business and is trying to get the slide. Can't quite complete it. Muradin already saw it coming and jumped out. And by now we have 26 to 26 stacks. It's getting super close on this one. And Kel'Thas is just firing away. They need to deal with him. Sylvanas is down. Salami Boy is also dead. No Arshalanora anymore. Backhood with another drag. They go for Zul. 38 to 38. Who takes it? It is the blue team. The Donuts. The Donuts claim it. Chili Mountain was first to 39, but the Donuts get the double minion hit and lock in the Punisher. Nice. That was sexy. Okay, now we have them with 6 kills to 8, but they're closing the experience gap. Ophia is up at the top. Smexy has been attacking the mid lane a bit. And it's actually threatening Ty here, so the birdie has to be careful. The fort at the bot lane is destroyed. And we're pretty much talking about a dead even game now. There's a slight experience lead still for Chili Mountain, but at least in structures, they were able to go for the hits. Down here now, the attack against Zul. Falls dead with the gust maybe. No, instead the kill attempt, and there it is. 1 for 1, the trade. Sylvanas is dead, but so is Zul. And of course, they're still trying to make the play for the Punisher. Camps get stolen as well. Level 16 talents give us now the Ignite after the Pyromaniac. Standard build here so far for Kel'Thas. Seen it a few times now, of course. And even more importantly, for Extraza, the Draconic Discipline. The increased duration on the Dragon Queen. Super important in these situations. And as expected for Smexy, it's of course the extra damage. On level 16, the way of the 100 fists are in. And we have Karazim on 14,000 damage now. Kel'Thas still with the top numbers. He currently has 25,000. We have 23,000 for Sylph. And yep, it's pretty much an even game. 9 kills to 7. And they're looking pretty good at this point. So let me have a quick look of what else they can do here. Because Whoopi is already waiting for the potential slide. Yeah, but eats the Stormbolt instead. Is obviously able to move away. Doesn't even power slide here. Just the mic check is already enough. But yeah, Dehaka is now down at the bottom of the map. The Globals, of course, attempting to control the side lane. 26 stacks for Kel'Thas. Not really able to stack too many globes after he completed the quest initially. Someone is getting chomped over here, and that's a kill. Muradin is dead. Moved in a little bit too deep. Didn't pop the avatar. Actually, he did. 80 seconds was still left here, so he tried. Couldn't quite get that through, and all of a sudden we're having Smexy coming in with the final few blows. And then they can go and annihilate the camp at the top left, steal it away from the opponent. I mean, that's obviously one of the biggest things. Every single time you're ahead, you're trying to capitalize on those kills. And if you are able to take the tank down, if you're able to also, let's say, attack your opponent's healer, then try and capitalize on that by taking some of the camps, taking some of the structures. Sylvanas, of course, super important now with this particular attack. Helps them to go through the entire wall. And since the next objective is spawning at the top, if they get it, they have an open shot at the keep and can likely take it down. Karazim, always the one sitting at the side here, trying to monitor those moves. If he is in trouble, he can dash away if he gets the target, so he has a lot of mobility that he can offer. Sylvanas is pushing the top lane out a bit further. They still hold their own camp, so they can claim that as the objective gets announced. And even Dehaka is helping with the bottom push. Make sure that the fort is eating some of the damage. Falls set on 49 stacks, and now with level 19 versus level 18, we have the next objective coming up. Highly unlikely that Chili Mountain is getting level 20 around this. But with Dehaka at the bottom of the map, it's not impossible. So they could try and delay the fights at the top a bit. Falster, talking about fights, is already moving to the top. Might have to gust this out. And yep, he makes it. Oh, that song! 7-sided, and Lauber explodes mid-jump. There's the party. The isolation is there too. They go for the bird. They go for Zul. The birdie is down and Zul barely gets away. And well, I'm lying. He dies too. Yeah, that's pretty much an entire wipe. Only Alexstrasza is still there, and they are not even wasting time. They go straight for the keep. Check that fight out. So here we go. They're starting the battle up. Alexstrasza already in the air, but they're following Falstad. They take him down. Ophir with a final blow. Then Zul dies, and they get even more. They're not even waiting for the objective. They're just going straight for the core now. The keep goes down, and Chili Mountain, they see an opening, and they take it. Level 20 in their hands. They drop the core and take game number 1 in this best of 3 series here at Meta Madness. Nicely done. The red team with the lead in the best of 3. GG and well played. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Map number 2, the Chili's are ahead. So while we were waiting for the map, we also had some lively discussions in chat talking a bit about the American obsession with peanut butter candy, which is great, but at the same time maybe a little bit overrated, and there is too many variations. But the one thing that we can all agree on, well, some people, by the way, pointed out that apparently hazelnut is something that especially the Germans are obsessed with, and honestly, upon inspection, I think I can agree with that. There's a lot of chocolate with hazelnut that we have. But the one thing that we can all agree on is that the best variation for M&Ms is almond M&Ms, with white chocolate M&Ms coming a close second. Everybody else that just pretends that something else is better is just trying to be edgy. We all know that secretly you're going for that bag of almond M&Ms whenever you're at the store. Don't lie to me. I know you. So, we go into game number 2, and, well, pretty much the same bans, at least for now. Against Maka, they're getting rid of Mephisto. Obviously, the 10 heroes that are played on, or were played on map number 1 are now also eliminated, so you can't take them again. Leaves us still with some decent options here, but you gotta be real careful, because there's a couple of absolutely S-tier heroes that are still available, Medivh being one of them, that you just want to get rid of. And looking over to Chili Mountain, as you can see, we have the same bans that they already chose in game number 1, so they want to eliminate Kerrigan, they want to eliminate Maiev, they just don't want to give anybody on the other side a chance to just shred the game with those 2 heroes. They are highly impactful, and we'll see what they can get away with here. But then very early pick into Leo, so they want to have a good side laner. We had a lot of them already banned out in, well, for the 30 bans, and then also, of course, the heroes played on the last round, so you can't go for Dehaka anymore, for example. But there's our Tyrande and Imperius. They're going for a CC chain already, just as the game starts. And there's Zarya. Bang is known for his Zarya plays. Again, Bang, formerly known as Rutsu, he's absolutely known for his Zarya plays, and I believe this is the first Zarya in the playoffs. We've seen her a couple of times in the qualifiers, but for the playoffs, this is the first time. So that's actually a pretty cool choice for them. But I really like that we have, for the red team, Tyrande and Imperius. Imperius, first and foremost, can now be played as a side laner or the main tank. They can decide what role they want what role they want him to be in. But the combo with Tyrande is already dangerous. And if you now add, let's say, a main tank that has also stun potential, then you have already 3 heroes that can lock a target down and get those kills. And Smexy has been playing a lot of Tyrande for Chili Mountain, but of course on the last map he went for Kharazim again, which is another favorite of his. So that's a very, very strong combo for them. They're just fitting perfectly into their preference. And there's the ban on Malfurion. Now, if they would have picked support already, that would scare me a little bit, because we've all seen those Cho'Gall plays, and they still have a double pick available. But since they haven't chosen a support yet, I don't think that Chili Mountain has to be afraid of that happening. would be kind of funny though. There's a good chance that we're going to see Cho'Gall again today. Now to the Spider Queen, the next double pick for Chili Mountain, Chen and Gul'dan. Okay, yeah, Whoopi hasn't picked either, so unless they swap heroes around, we might even see a triple frontline from them. There were a few games that have been played out with triple bruiser frontlines. So what you can pretty much say is that once that you ban 30-40 heroes from the game, all of a sudden the Europeans are starting to play NA combos and drop the main tanks completely. But again, that being said, Imperius has, of course, in the past doubled as a main tank over and over again. Mal'Ganis is in, and so is Deckard Cain. So yes, strong combo for them. Pretty much the Cassia hyper carry with some Zarya support. The front line with Leo and Mal'Ganis. That's a good setup. And Deckard Cain, of course, is just absolutely amazing here. Yeah, and then again, Wooby is still missing a hero, so is he just taking another range damage dealer and swaps it out against either Imperius or Chen, or instead we're going to see him with a melee character too, and a triple frontline protecting Gul'dan, and it is Rexxar! Here we go, massive frontline for them, Imperius also with a lot of damage, there's a ton of CC too, Misha can help. And with that, we're heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2. And we're going to find out if Chili Mountain can win 2 in a row and move on to the next round of the tournament. Or if the Donuts bring it back and force map number 3. Game number 2, the Donuts trying to bring it back on Tomb of the Spider Queen. We have a Skok on Deckard Cain, Bang on Zarya, Lauba on Mal'Ganis, Ty is playing Leoric, and we got Marlow on Cassia. Now on the right side of the map, Mak is playing Rexxar. We have Azerite going straight into a Pursuit of Flame build, trying with Gul'dan to obviously get the damage in, but also more importantly the wave clear. With Smexy on Tyrande, we got Wooby on Imperius. Smexy, by the way, starting things up with a Ranger, Walker, Texas Ranger.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah, and Wooby and Imperius and Bakul on Chen. So, we're gonna see what they can do in the second game, if those CC chains that they have possibly available for themselves are good enough to get those kills in against the blue team, secure a 2-0 victory so that they can move on to face off in the next round against Team Wah. Time will tell. And right now we got stacks for Cassia, stacks coming in also for our boy Gul'dan, and there's already the sleeper setup. I mean, this must be the most boring draft that you've ever seen from the Donuts. Not only do they have Deckard Cain, but they also have Mal'Ganis. The only one that's missing is Anna. If you go for all 3, then you're putting your opponent to sleep right from the beginning and they're never going to wake up again. So, Whoopi here in trouble, and that's a kill. A little bit of fail flame mobility, and they lock in the kill against Imperius. So, great start, and maybe even more. Marlow with a trick shot. Did you see that one? Didn't aim for Tyrande directly, but just simply aimed at the side and angled it so that Tyrande would be hit too. Not enough damage to secure a kill, but if they would have been able to get that one, that would have been pretty great. So, yeah, that would have been pretty fantastic. Now, camps are taken. The Owl is already flying across the map to double check if the blue team is going to do the same thing, but the red team is busy at the mercenary camp. Everybody is going for the bruisers. Turn-ins have so far not happened, and the teams have the same amount of gems in their hands. 12 stacks for Cassia. And I want to see what Bang can do with Zarya over here as the game continues. And another check. I like it. Smexy is absolutely on point with those. I mean, again, you expect your opponent, of course, to go through certain motions. You expect those siege giants to be taken eventually. So now that they scouted that out with the Owl, they can move in, and there's the first stun. Fat Illidan is jumping after Zarya, blocks the path, and there's the kill. Zarya is dead. Wooby wants to go for the camp, still has to fight it out with Leo though, but Ty is dropping low. The entire blue team is here and Rexxar hasn't joined the fun yet. Azerite is low and has to get the damage out, but he does. They're looking good here, but there's Mal'Ganis in the back line against Azerite. Gul'dan is on the run, Cassia is dead, so is Imperius. Leo falls, and they can take that camp. Even Gul'dan is still alive in the back, did not fall to Lauba. Lauba himself tries to get out. There's the damage, but there's not enough to drop him. Now that would of course been the dream if they could have taken Mal'Ganis down, because he was the one holding the 14 gems for the blue team. They lost a fair amount. I mean, they lost by now roughly 16, 17 gems. And now that the red team was not only able to get those kills in, but has those siege giants too, they can push through the bot lane a bit and hope to take some of the structures down. They're already doing a significant amount of damage here. Level 4 abilities are ready for both teams. We got the stacks completed for Gul'dan on his level 1. And the Panda comes in with a deadly strike. Also, the speed barrier. Oh. Hello, Ty. Misha wants to kill, but doesn't get it. Misha, heal. Okay. Wooby also in the mid lane here. But that's a pretty solid start for both of them. I mean, again, the Donuts and Chili Mountain, they're fighting all these battles on eye level. As you can see, they just trade the kills here. Bit of an upper hand for Chili Mountain, but there's already an approach by the blue team to try and turn it around. Yeah, Lauba might be in trouble this time. That's 27 gems, and he loses them, and they zone them out. Ouch. That's a problem. Yeah, now they're down to 13 gems, whereas Chili Mountain is closing in on the turn-in. So that's an issue. They lost a lot of gems now in total. I mean, 35, 40, something along those lines. So this is becoming really dangerous. The Donuts, they lose a bit of ground and their potential to bring this back. With the gems lost, that's always an issue. Now we have 4 kills to 2, and the only question that remains here for now is what can Chili Mountain do with the first turn-in? If they are able to take some of these forts down, then that would be a disaster for the Donuts. And 2 of the walls are already attacked. One lost the tower, the one at the bot lane too. So, yeah, that's going to be pretty important in the defense. The Holy Fervor over here, a little bit of a defensive lineup top side, as 3 of them are focusing down the first Web Weaver, or they try to, as Mark is attempting with Misha to save the Web Weaver. But here comes the bot lane push, and you can kiss that one goodbye. That keep is gone. That keep doesn't stand a chance. They're defending the mid lane easily. The fort, oh sorry, the fort is gone at the bot lane. The fort in the middle is taking a bit of damage. It's not going to be too much, but taking 1 fort down bot side is already a big win. And if they can maybe take that fountain, yeah, they can. They can, and that is huge. If you take the opponent's fountains away in the middle of the map, it becomes so much more dangerous for them to go for any battle around the turn-in points. Makes it much easier to guard them and to prevent the turn-in of the opposing team. And given the fact that the blue team is already low on gems to begin with, this is a great spot for Chili Mountain to be in. Because their only goal for now, well, the next goal is, hit level 10 before the opponent does, and then try a second turn-in. So as long as they can do that, that would be pretty amazing for the Chilis. And of course, with now 44 gems, there's another 6 that are needed for the Donuts in order to get even enough gems for the turn-in. So things are looking pretty good for Chili Mountain. There's only a couple of experience points left, so you take another wave down and you're Gucci to go. So yeah, down here, Whoopi is also fine. And there's level 10! And now they can turn in their own gems. They can maybe push a little bit further. They got the top kick plays here with Chen. We got the Starfall also in. And here's the delivery system. Imperius turns into an Uber driver again. There's a potential kill. There's one. Is it the double? Lauber is low. Misha comes in with a final hit. And that's 2 down for the Donuts as they are on the run again. The mid lane gets attacked. Whoopi down here is hoping for even another kill, but they won't be able to get that just yet. The level 10s being used once more to break through the opponent's defense and go through them like hot butter through cheese. No chance for the Donuts in that battle. They need to wait for the next talent if they want to have an even fight. And they are, of course, trailing farther and farther behind here. But finally, we got the heroics for them. So they got the heroic abilities. We have them with Stay a While and Listen. Also got the Entomb now, finally. And, of course, the turn-in is happening as we speak. And with only 6 gems missing, it's pretty reasonable to assume that the Donuts are not going to get their turn in before Chili Mountain does. So, yep, there it is. There's another move by Whoopi. Already the keg plays against Cassia, creating a little bit of space, literally pushed into a wall. Rubber banding hard over here, but no kill yet. I mean, they saved Whoopi, they saved Imperius. He was in a bit of trouble. He was able to move out, so good for them. But, yep, top side, they go for Mal'Ganis. Okay. Yep. I mean, there's a 1 level lead. It's all about the 6 gems, and 5 are missing for Chili Mountain, so they can't even turn them in. Whoopi with a play against Zarya. Here we go, into tower range, and the stun is there. What a beautiful combo. Beautiful combo by Chili Mountain. Yeah, the ult into the Tyrande stun, and now with 38 gems, if Tai falls, that could be lights out. Tai is trying to escape. He gets the potion, he gets the drain, but he also gets speared by Whoopi, and that's 38 gems gone. What a disaster for the Donuts. Deckard Cain gets attacked. And he has no chance either. Will fall eventually here. But Gul'dan also was destroyed. So that's a nice counter kill from the Donuts. And maybe gives them a little bit of hope here. Level 13 talents are now available. Deckard Cain is still on the run. That old geezer is doing work. But as I mentioned before... No, don't tell me he gets away. The shield from Zarya! Finally Deckard Cain dies. But Smexy is also dead. So they're getting some counter kills in. And over here, Slauberdet has to try and escape. Whoopi is a bit low and gets put into a corner, and he also falls. Good for the Donuts. They get a few kills in. But again, I want to quickly highlight that one kill that meant so much here. Look at this one. This is how it started. Look at that combo. He comes in, and then the stun. Pitch perfect. Bam! In tower range. And that's an insta-kill against Zare. She doesn't stand a chance in that moment. And just gets dropped. It was incredibly well coordinated by Chili Mountain. It's 5 kills to 9 and level 13 talents on both sides. Obviously, the Donuts are still working on their first turn in. And by the way, these gems, these 7, those are the first gems that the Donuts turn in this entire game. They haven't turned a single gem in up to that point. So, yep, that's how bad things went for them. But can they get the Web Weaver wave? Because the team that has enough gems in their hands is Chili Mountain. Nice Valkyrie. Whoopi again. Where's the stun? Do they go for it? Yeah, nice Entomb. There was a nice thought process here, trying to prevent anything from happening to Cassia. But all that he did was lock her in, prevented the stun from Tyrande. But still, Cassia is down. Whoopi is in trouble. Deckard Cain gets interrupted on the ult and falls. But Imperius is dead too. And they're still chasing. Lauber with the 21 gems. If he falls, then of course their hopes and dreams are going to get crushed again. Ty himself is already dropped. And with only 2 survivors, they're on the back foot here. The boss is up. The turn in available. Chili Mountain, they are going for it. They gain momentum once again. Gul'dan with a 30,000 damage. Cassia on 27k. And before they turn in, they also go for the camp on the right side. Yep, and now the turn-in will be completed. Red Web Weavers are going to descend, and they will get level 16 with it. This is a brutal push. An absolute brutal push right here, because we get level 16 with a Bruiser camp and Web Weavers at the same time. That talent advantage alone is gigantic, and Chili Mountain has now all of their cards in their hand. So yeah, Keck plays in an attempt to isolate someone early on. That one at least failed, but now we've got 16, the Rampant Hellfire in play. We also get Empower after the Harsh Moonlight. And as you can see, the push up through the middle as they're starting to go for keep number 1. Now Leo is up at the top and is even trying to save the fort, but here the main push is aiming for the mid keep, and I don't think that they can prevent that from falling. Not with the Bruiser camp also barreling through the mid lane, and they're just murdering this thing. Absolutely crushing it. Yep, there it is. Bot lane also getting destroyed here. The keep took a bit of damage, but not nearly enough. They didn't commit to it. Instead, they're falling towards the top, I guess in an attempt to take the fort down. I mean, nice Entomb to zone everybody out, but Ty has to fall back. He won't be able to save the fort. That's just not happening. They're hoping, of course, to get some experience themselves, but I doubt that they were willing to fight. Marlow is trying to stack a little bit, and that's the best that he can do in that situation. Do they go for boss? Doubtful. They might bait it, but I don't really think that they're going for it, considering that 16 is now so close. Are they really making that move? I don't think so. 71 gems for the Donuts. Maybe finally a turn-in for them. Maybe they're finally getting a turn-in. Look at this. The sleeper setup. Oh, ho, ho, ho. The insta-kill on Gul'dan, and Whoopi is dead too. Gul'dan down, Imperius dead, and now they can turn in. Take another look at that fight. Take another look at this one. Look at the setup. Oh my god. First it is Mal'Ganis. Then Deckard Cain follows up on it. They blow Gul'dan up and Whoopi dies a few seconds later. The double kill allowing them to go for the boss at the top now. Guys, I don't know what to tell you, but there's still a chance that the Donuts bring this back. Yes, they've been on the receiving end of the beating ever since the game started. But they have held on as best they could and are now in a position where they have not only boss, but potentially a turn-in coming together with that. So in experience, they're not that far behind. That's again a perfect example of how when you kill heroes late game, you get more experience. So it's looking a little bit better for them. Especially since throughout all of this, Cassia has stacked quite reliably. So she's at 72 stacks now, which gives us 34,000 damage for her. Yeah, there's the turn-in. Camp is now claimed at the same time. And there's a chance for them to bring it back. They're only half a level behind. They're claiming the camp. At the bot lane, they gotta deal with the siege giants to ensure that the Web Weavers are not gonna be melted away right away. And of course, ideally you take down the catapult too, so that's something that Marlow could do here. Burns the entire wave down. The fight topside is already focusing in. Web Weavers are coming down, touching ground. Marker with 29 gems, gotta be careful, but it's the mid lane that gets attacked the most. They go for the Panda. Yeah, and also the Valkyrie, but Whoopi is still able to get out. Nicely done by him, uses his mobility to jump to the Web Weaver. Outside of the zone that we saw from Deckard Cain and the Donuts. 8 kills to 12. And they go for the forts. 40,000 damage for Gul'dan. Siege damage on Leo, 109,000 compared to the 130 that Gul'dan currently has. Bot lane is getting attacked too, as they're still attempting to defend the mid lane. Leo up at the top. They opened this up a bit, but they haven't even taken the fountain down. Down here, on the other hand, the gate is falling. Middle of the map. Defense is strong. They're waiting for level 19 here. Everybody's rotating. Lauber attempting to interrupt them, but they already saw him. So he can't lay that little trap. The fountain will fall, but can they get that 4-2? And I doubt it. In the middle of the map, the fight could start once again. Ty is, of course, also waiting for a chance to drop his entomb. They're going for Whoopi at the top, and the Whoopster is zoned out completely. Rest of the team is trying to come in and help him out. But Whoopi, yeah, he gets caught. And what a beautiful entomb. Get wrecked, son. Great entomb, but Lauber is dead as well. The blue team hasn't given up yet, though. They go for Azerite, and he gets away with 30 hit points. He gets out of the fight, healed by Smexy, the Smex Master, with a big save. Gul'dan should have died here, but he gets out of the battle. Bot lane fort has fallen, and even the wall gets opened up as there's still some brawl happening in the middle of the map. So a lot of damage through the bot lane at least, but the Donuts, they cannot be happy with that push. They were hoping for more. They got the fort in the mid lane down to 30% HP. At the bottom, they destroyed one, but they wanted more out of this push, and they're still looking to get another kill. They're trying to go for Marke, who's sitting at 34 gems. Smexy with a stun, trying to zone them away from Rexa. And of course a heal is always possible for him, but here's the level 20 talents for Chili Mountain, and therefore another big lead in their hands. There we go. The kill command, Haunt, Impervious is also in. And what are we getting from Smexy? Yeah, Gul'dan is already at the bottom of the map, zoned this out, saved the keep, made sure that nothing could happen here. Both teams have enough gems to turn in for another Web Weaver wave, but the Donuts are unwilling to fight. Without Storm Talents, they are not going for the battle. Now the Web Weavers are coming down again, and in the mid lane everything is already opened up. We saw a similar thing happen at the bottom of the map, so both of these are heavily exposed. By now we got the Celestial Wrath for our boy Smexy to run with a scout over and over again. And they are pushing the lanes out to assist those Web Weavers a bit and make sure that they're spawning pretty far in on the map. Bit of a moment of truth here. Level 20 is finally there for the Donuts, and they have really fought tooth and nail to make sure that they are in a spot where they still have a chance of winning the game. They also have enough gems to turn in if they can defeat this. So as long as they don't lose too many keeps, there is maybe an opportunity for them to finally turn this game around. But it is Chili Mountain that's attacking here, and the Donuts have to react and try and burn these Web Weavers down. They already did in the middle of the map, and they're doing it at the top now too, so the defense is strong. Ty is also able to escape. It's only the bot lane that is still getting pressured, but as half of the blue team is moving down here, the rest of Chili Mountain rotates topside once again, waits for the minion wave to come in, and they're gonna go for the keep after all. So yeah, a lot of decisions being made here, with Leo still defending the bottom keep, trying at least. He might not succeed on this one. This is not looking good, honestly. This keep is likely gonna fall. Yep, the keep will fall. At the top they move back. The Web Weavers at least gave them one keep on the map. So, yep, move straight back into the middle. And let's see what the red team can do now. They're still waiting to bait them a little bit and hope, of course, for a kill. There's already the isolation play. They are trying to go for Lauber here, I presume. Yeah, make a play for him. Oh, Leo, and that's a kill. Ty's down. Ty is down. Leo will be back soon, TM. But in the meantime, they're trying to go for a Cassia kill. Celestial Wrath already being used. A bit of a zone. And that's 2 down, 3 down. They're going for the rest up in the middle. Deckard, Kane, and Cassia, they're both dead. 42 gems lost as Zarya falls. And that's a disaster. Now the move for the core. Chili Mountain eager to end the series with a 2-0 and put themselves into prize money range. Establish themselves in the top 3. The Donuts about to lose the game and series and drop out of the tournament as Chili Mountain is ruthlessly making a play for the core down to 60%. Leo is trying to defend. Mal'Ganis is doing his best, but the core is falling and it's falling quickly. This is the end for the Donuts in Meta Madness. Number 5, the 5-man team wipe as Chili Mountain closes out Tomb of the Spider Queen with a victory and takes the series with a 2-0.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.